Hello and welcome. I'm Zilla, and welcome to my stream, Ancient Gaming, where I play video games with ancient studies content and talk about it. Today is part 17 of my playthrough of Okami, a game about Japanese folklore. So we are pretty much smack dab in the middle of the game, even though it feels like we're building up towards an end point. There's a bunch of content we have not seen. So, if you are new here, hi, welcome. You can find all of the things down below at the bottom of the frame. All of my streams are recorded and go up on my YouTube channel along with my other content. That's Zilla's Athenaeum on YouTube. And you can always follow along with when I am going to be streaming, which is usually every Saturday at 3 Eastern. You can follow me on my socials on Blue Sky and Mastodon. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. We'd love to have you. If you've been here before, welcome back. We'd love to hear from you in chat if you are around. Here we go. If you would like not to be spoiled, of course, you can go watch my previous streams on YouTube first. But otherwise, if you're just joining us and haven't been caught up on the game, let me give you a small summary of where we are, because it is a little funny. So we are Amaterasu, the great sun goddess, the head of the Shinto pantheon, incarnate as a white wolf with magical celestial powers, mostly in the form of divine calligraphy. But also you can see we have a set of divine Magatama beads hovering around our neck. That is our current main weapon. You'll also see that we are wearing a paper mask, not unlike this imp we are facing. I attempted and forgot how midway through to write the kanji for dog or inu. The other folks here who have masks on, these little demon characters, these imps, have masks mostly with syllables on them in katakana, so you can see Ari there in front of us. The head chef is Ri. Their assistant down there is I. We've seen some ro, some he, some ke, all sorts of stuff. So we're also currently taking a nap because the idle animations in this game are appropriately chef's kiss. So what has happened up to this point? 100 years ago in the land of Nippon, or Japan, the great 8-headed serpent demon Orochi had taken over the land and demanded the sacrifice of its finest maidens for snack time. Something not too dissimilar from a Western dragon story. It demanded the sacrifice of a particular maiden, and the great hero Nagi was inspired to save her out of love, accompanied by the white wolf. They got the serpent drunk on sacred sake and defeated it one head at a time. Each of the heads has an elemental association with different attacks, which we'll see later. And then Nagi sealed the demon away in the moon cave with his sword Tsukiyomi. Now, 100 years later, his descendant, Susanoo, has confessed to thinking that it was all a joke and freed Orochi's spirit by taking Tsukiyomi out of its sacred housing. Alas, it was not a joke, and Orochi's spirit has darkened the whole land of Nippon. We have been going about freeing it, and we are currently in the moon cave, where Kushi, the sake maker from the village and the maiden that Susanoo is enamored of, has been requested for the demon's dinner. So she's in here with her special sake, hoping to get it drunk so we can take it out. To get in here, we had to steal a demon mask, which is how we became masked, and we've been helping the demon chefs prepare an appetizer for Orochi. So now it is prepared. It is absolutely disgusting. And we are ready to ring the bell. At last, says the imp. The meal is ready. Let the Epicurean bell ring out. One of these days I should figure out exactly when the switch happened between Epicurean meaning, you know, the philosophic founder of hedonism, which if you don't know what I mean by that, I have a whole video on it on my YouTube channel, which is basically a form of egalitarian communism, and it became Epicurean became this sort of strictly associating with good food. I don't know when that switch happened. Okay, so we gotta ring the bell 8 times. So we gotta bonk, bonk, bonk. I've lost count now. I figured they'd tell me when I hit it. So. Gotta love those sound effects. Wait, they're carrying it up without me? Rude? What am I supposed to do? I don't genuinely know. Oh. Okay, so okay, so Orochi's throne room is up there. Oh right, this is our little pal Isun. He's sort of the Japanese Tom Thumb. He can speak. We are, well, a wolf. So yeah, let's go. I was born to operate this elevator. Let's see what it has in store for us. Okay, let's see. What do we got around here? Hey, a merchant. It's an imp merchant, you know. Okay, let's see. What do you got on offering? Okay. Yeah, nothing particular. Here's the disgusting appetizer. Has ogre liver and frozen lips and all that jazz. understand why they have bottles of ink as findables, because in this game our ink replenishes over time. I mean, like, it makes sense in the battles, but like out here, why? We must carry on the brave tradition of destroying pots, you know. Okay, that's our checkpoint. About to go have a fight. Winding around the chamber like a big snake demon. It was kind of fun, actually. Yes. A point of no return, I expect. Probably a cutscene. Oh, there's Kushi under the bell. Why she's sleeping, I don't know, but... yeah, that's gonna go away. That whole bell apparatus. I guess she got bored waiting. Oh, and there is Orochi. It was actually spelled out for us in katakana. Oh, here, Orochi speaks to us. It has recognized us as a divine presence. Yeah, we were encapsulated as a statue in Kaneki Village. You wake of decay. Yeah, that is not going to be enough to stop Orochi. Here comes fire. To put up with your fiery nonsense. Are you gonna do anything else? What if I hit you? Ow. Ah, he has a barrier up. So we can't hit him. There's Kushi. Aha! Susanoo! He came after all. So he's kind of a dope, but you know what? He's brave enough to come out here. He's wearing what is probably his ancestor's hat, Basstown. I can't quite see what it is. It's some kind of headdress. Uh-oh, that's not great. So, one thing I wanna point out, like I mentioned earlier, that each head has a different elemental power. We really only looked at the fiery head, but now that we can see several of them, first of all, you can see the sort of armor that each of Orochi's head is wearing. This is patterned after older samurai armor with the sort of the layered helm. And the neck armor is a lot like what you'd see on horse armor. But you can see in the front of each head some kind of marking right on the forehead. So the fiery head is the one that we've been dealing with, and that's the one that is making this deal offer to Susanoo. And that's got a big flame on it. But this one over on the far left of the screen has got what looks to me like it almost looks like a sun, but with that white color. I suspect it's actually meant to be frost spreading from a point. So I bet that's an ice head. The one just in front of us has a crescent moon. I don't know if that's like a darkness power, maybe, to go with the nighttime. The next one, oh, there's one between the frost and the moon, but I can't quite tell what the shape is. It just looks like a point. Be able to tell more clearly once we can see them from the front and also see them attack. There's a sort of green curving shape that might either be a water droplet that's actually blue that is going green in the golden light, or it might be vines, since there's a lot of nature power in this game. The one beyond that looks like it's got sort of a mountain shape in brown. I would bet that's earth power and causing, if you've ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, that kind of like jutting up rocks, I would bet that's the kind of attack we'll see from that. Beyond that, it looks like some kind of orb. And these last three, you can start to see that there's a kanji written on them, like a marking. And that's going to explain that's going to be the name of the power as well. So like on the fire one, you can see in the, albeit it's cut off, in the text block, you can see the kanji for fire just written right on it. So those last two are pretty obscured here. There's some kind of glowing orb shape that I can't even see the kanji on it, and then the furthest one, I can't make out the shape very well, but the kanji looks... It looks like the kanji for air, maybe? No. The air one is empty. What am I thinking of? Harusaki Amon, are you here? Somebody who's studied Japanese more recently than I have. It's been a long time for me. Oh, but you can kind of see the kanji for earth on the one that's right below the firehead. It's a sort of a plus sign, sort of, with a bottom that's longer. I can't quite remember what that far kanji is, but we're gonna see them all eventually. Alright, so Orochi is offering a pact. The power of the bloodline that sealed him away also has the power to make him strong. And what does he offer in return? Besides Susanoo's life. Ah, okay. Yes. Thank you. That does seem right. Thank you, DJ Turtlebot. So the far one is probably poison, is what that is. Hold on a moment. Is everything okay? Sorry. You alright? Sorry, sometimes the real world exists. But yes, so the 8 elements we have here are fire, earth, poison, which looks like it's that far one, light, which I'm not quite sure. I guess if light is one of the elements, maybe that is the one that is all the way on the left. Lightning, which is... Oh, I wish I could see that kanji. I'm not sure which one it is, but water, wind, and darkness. So... let us seal the blood pact. Okay, let's see a few more of the kanji now. Okay, so that is definitely poison. You can see it's a purpley skull and crossbones on the left. And then that's water with the 3 water droplets. And then earth, as I suspected. Oh, the sort of thing I thought might be a droplet is actually kaze, wind. So it's got that kind of like loopy shape. The moon is darkness, but we can't see the other 2, so presumably they are lightning. Is the pointy one is probably a lightning strike, and then light. I did play this game once before, but it was long enough ago that I don't remember how easy it is to tell, like what cutscenes are coming next and so forth. We did see a cutscene early on where Susanoo lifted the sword and was offered this blood pack, and he just ran away. So... Okay, so what he's offering is a share in his dark powers, which presumably will offer eternal life and possibly Kushi. Yeah, it's a fair bet that anything nasty that is happening right now is Orochi's fault in some way. Even the monsters that we face have been, you know, one was born from Orochi's blood, another was a protector of Orochi when he was free the first time, that kind of thing. So utter the prayer. So the we might also translate this as spell. So in both sort of Shinto and Buddhism and the amalgamation that has been a part of Japanese culture for, at this point, many centuries, every part of nature has a spirit, a kami, a god. They don't use the term god the same way we do to only mean something like ineffably huge and almighty. Or even, you know, say the way that you might in D&D, where it has power over an entire realm. Like, those beings, like Amaterasu, do exist. You know, she's the sun god. Her brother is the storm god. There's, you know, a goddess of the underworld. But also, like, you can make an offering to a kami of a rock if it, you know, if you want the spirit of the rock to do something. Either protection or, you know, stand forever or whatever. You know, like, you could do that. You could make an offering to the kami of a spring. So demons are in some way like Oni, and all of the spirits are in some way kami. So I think that's why they're using prayer here, because The idea is that these sort of magic words that are a prayer to a kami, to a spirit, that doesn't make them holy. The connotation in English of prayer being holy is not here, which is why I might have translated this as spell. Okay, so the crown he's wearing is wooden and it has 3 spikes on it. I don't know what that's meant to look like. Mostly in this game, headdresses look very much like the very straightforward associations that the game has for them. Like Kushi has 3 barrels of sake on it. Or sorry, bushels of rice for making sake. And like Mr. Orange literally wears an orange for a hat, you know? So I'm not sure exactly what this is other than a heroic crown. I think it's the same one that Nagi wore in the intro cutscene, but I haven't seen that in a while. Susanoo has chosen not to side with Orochi. We get the heroic music, dramatic rendition, and his little wooden sword actually broke the barrier. But those characters that you saw sort of radiating out when he struck the barrier, that's a very common rendition of a magic barrier breaking. Not just in Japanese artwork, but also like if you think about, you know, how spell barriers are depicted in Western art, they have a similar sort of feeling of it's not always characters, but like some sort of radiation out from a strike point. I didn't read what those characters were, even if I know them, it's just not guaranteed. Orochi evincing some agitation there. I love cutscenes. Well, that's where you're a fool. That's not true at all. You definitely need my help, Pops. But yeah, you see those rice bushels on her head. And now the sacred sake is pouring into pools. So it is something of a miracle, because they ate purification sake, Susanoo drank it all. So we're gonna have to get these heads drunk on 8 purification sake. I don't know if that worked or not. Ah, there we go. I mean, doesn't it? You sure look scared. Those little water drops coming out. Okay, so I have to do it when it's open. I did. Maybe I have to smack him first. Oh, okay. That was a kanji for sake. So, we got the firehead drunk. Okay. Oh, hey, rude. Okay, so we gotta get them drunk. Alright. Yep. So. Okay, so it takes 2 hits to get them drunk. I do not want to get hit by this poison. Ay-ya! I wonder if we can sweep it away with wind, like we did with the fire. Oh, good. It's yelling. Okay. 3 heads is enough for it to knock it out for a bit. What's that? Some kind of... So we're supposed to head up there? Alright. Yep. Okay. So let's... 10. There we are. Oof. Ay, ay, ay. Go. Power light. Lasers. Oh hey, that's not cool. Ay-ya. No poison, please. Oh! Hey! Okay. So, apparently 2 was enough this time. Come on, let me up. So this is actually how we heard Orochi. Okay, barrier's back. Excuse me. Come on, slam your head. Alright. Come on. There's your foolish roar. That's 1. Seems like it ought to take more heads each time, but I'm not complaining. Okay, we destroyed that bell. Oop. Fire burning back there, but the elemental powers seem to have gone. Okay, so how come I can't move? Okay. I gotta finish you off one head at a time. Oh, the elemental power's back. Quite finish it. Fall down. Okay, that's one head down. Here's the earthquake head. Uh-oh. No poison, please. Okay, so I'll go and smack you down. Come on. Really? Alright, fine. I won't complain to have no more poison around. That sounds fun. Down with you. Really? Alright. I didn't even notice the light attacks happening, but I'll take it. Oh yeah, I wish I had more control over the wolf's speed. Who's gonna attack me this time? Just you again. Okay. Lightning. Let's see what you're like. Ooh, that's nasty. Huh. Oh, it can only see out of an eye. You gonna roar? There you go. Is. I don't appear to be having trouble. It's just watery. Oh! Orochi snakes? camera shift. But we got it. Okay. Water power is really interesting. Floods the whole screen, huh? Drowns out the socket, too. Come on. Fight me, bro. Those little sneaky things. Alright, so power of wind, you say? Ooh. Well, I can still paint while I'm flying. We're so close to winning. The fire at the heart of Orochi has started raining down from the heavens. I mean, the heavens in this case being the top of this cavern. Ah! Come on. Just a little more. Okay. Power of darkness. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, so when we let one bloom, it spattered darkness across our vision. The camera in this fight is not great. Keeps moving back and forth. So spits darkness at us. Spits these pods at us. Gotta get them to bloom. Or give us darkness. Okay. Okay. Only one left to go. It's the earthquake one that we already did half of. Come on, roar at me. Brilliant. Fall down drunk and smackaroonies. I did not cast Magic Missile of the Darkness. Time has come, says Susanoo, now that we have defeated each of its 8 heads. Sacred moon of the heavens, come forth and pierce the darkness. Tohen Boku. Tohen Boku? I'm gonna have to look that up. Hey. Why is my computer being slow? That is just weird. Ah. Okay. So I was right. So Tohen Boku is a double meaning, as is common in Japanese. Japanese art. So, what do we actually have here? So it was to meaning struggle. the mighty struggle sword or something like that. But it's a homophone for blockhead, basically. Wolfie the Rogue says, pretty sure you gotta cast Fireball at the darkness. No, we let him take all the fire. But, so, I thought I heard Tohin Book. Anyway, so he named the sword after himself, right? So he wants us to cast a moon in the sky. We can do that. Whenever this cutscene is ready for us to do it. Tsuki! The moon. Aw, dang. We got yet another bot. I am sorry about that. So, his wooden practice sword, dumbass, has transformed into a golden sword with a presumably peach blossom, not a sakura blossom, given the rest of this game. So now he's going to do silly attacks with silly names, and we have to strike. Chopped Orochi's heads, and now they give her all sorts of names. Yes, you do. There is no Susanoo-style martial arts. There is only you making silly moves and me doing all the work. That is, of course, the point. Oh. Wait a minute, he actually did that one. And Kushi falls into his arms. Because after all, this is a folk tale. This is a fairy tale. And, you know, while it subverts some things, it's definitely not subverting everything. Allowed evil to cloud my judgment. That top line there. So we have another scroll work. Interestingly, we have scroll paintings of each of Orochi's heads within the scroll painting. So we have Susanoo labeled, that little blocky text next to him. I can't make out all of what's on the thing next to that. Tsuku no yo. I want it to be... I want it to be Omi or Yoru. but I think it's Yone? Te... I... Something... Mu... Me... Orochi? Maybe? So... Then next to each of the scrolls with heads on them, we have what I believe is Orochi, and then the kanji for the element that the head is. So like the poison head has Orochi poison, Orochi heat for fire, Orochi mizu water. I'm sure they are pronounced differently because they're in words, but they're all labeled. Even the ones that have their backs to us. Then across the top, we have this sort of larger scroll that says Susano. I think that's dreaming, Yume. I'm not 100% sure. So he's dreaming of Orochi surrounding him and making this offer, basically. And then there's kanji all over the background that I don't recognize. I can't read. Some of them are definitely calligraphy style, and some of them just fade into the background. I don't know if they make a story or if they're just bits and pieces. Some of them seem like they're repeated. Susano is, I mean, he's a bit of a blockhead. He's a bit of a dumbass. I think the word that I've seen used to translate Tohenboku is oaf. It's a little outdated, but sure. But clearly Kushi finds that charming. Now, if that isn't every mom when their kid is having a temper tantrum, I don't know. You know, turn that frown upside down. You know, if you don't stop making that face, you're gonna stick that way. And there is Tsukiyomi. Tsumugari. Yeah, that's not great. Ah, reborn Tsukiyomi. This is not a glaive. A glaive is a totally different weapon. It's like a spear, but instead of a pointy end, it's got a blade on the end. This looks like it has sort of a divine wind power, that circle of clouds there. It's clearly got moon elements. Mysterious evil force emerged from Orochi's corpse, splitting off and flying into the distant sky. So, what have we got here? We've got some kind of chop, stamp, several evil faces flying out. I see the kanji for Oni in all of them. There are 4 different things. I don't actually know what the rest are saying. I can't read that scribble. So, like I said, we're not done with this game, despite the fact that we've defeated Orochi. Dun dun dun! Kamiki Village is safe. And that's... It says Susano, and then I think that's written in... I think that's just written in English. Bad English, but I think it just says... So it's Susano, and then I think it just says you're up. And then next to him is Kushinada, so Kushi. And then the eighth head of Orochi, I think, is what the one next to him says on the other side, opposite Kushi. Gosh, there's so much writing in these screens. I really wish I could translate all of it. The one in the top seems to be, from what little I can make out, it's about the moon shining down on the death of Orochi. And there's a little tiny one that says Amaterasu. Wait, that says Amaterasu, right? I'm not like going crazy. Yeah, I'm right. That's Amaterasu, and then goodness knows was written next to that. It's all scribbled at this size, and then one stroke something. And there's that little fan shape, which I can't read at all, and then there's the thing that's half hidden behind Susano's sword blossom, and the chop, which I've never been able to read. And we have some of the same kanji over there. Probably is like the death of, killed Orochi with one blow or something like that. I don't know, honestly. I wish somebody with more Japanese were here to tell me, because I'm not sure I was ever able to read quite that much, even when I was mostly fluent in spoken Japanese. So we've defeated the mid-boss, which looked like the end boss. But our troubles are just beginning. Oh, apparently I didn't fight very well. So, someone is observing in a magic mirror or orb Waka, the prophet, with that burning statue of Moegami, the phoenix. At last the time has come! The inseparable bonds between heaven and earth. Waka, the situation has grown urgent. You must come to the city. Okay, so it's not just observing, it's communication. So, something is up. Waka's headed into the city. But the moon has returned and the cave is back. Hanabi! Our friend Tama, the firework maker, setting off a show. A traditional celebration there as here. And celebration is worthy of. Okay, time for Kamiki's festival. Yes, we need to save the game here, thank you. And actually, that is a great time for us to stop today's stream. I expect to be back next week. There's a small chance I won't be, and either way, I'm going to decide before next time whether we're going to take a break and stream something else for a little bit, or whether we're just going to continue straight on through and finish Okami. So if you have any opinions, now's the time to voice them. Love to hear from you, comments here or on my YouTube channel. You can check out my Patreon or come to my socials. I would love to hear from you. So, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me, and hey, keep learning, friends.